On New Year's Eve 2025, Carmen and her toddler were fast asleep at home. Everything seemed normal until Carmen was suddenly jolted awake by a loud notification from her phone. It was a notification from her security camera. According to the camera app, there was someone in her backyard. Carmen says this immediately seemed strange to her. Her yard is surrounded by a 6-foot-high fence, so anybody trying to get in would have a hard time getting over the fence. Freaked out, concerned, Carmen opened the camera app and was horrified to see this. A pale, see-through figure can be seen moving through Carmen's backyard, caught by her security camera. Considering the height of the 6-foot fence around the yard, the figure looks unnaturally tall. Carmen knew right away that something was very wrong about the figure, so she hurried to her window to check outside, but there was no one there. Whoever or whatever had been in her yard just moments before had vanished into thin air. Carmen believes that what her security camera caught that night must have been something paranormal, and she's not the only one who reports capturing some strange activity on a security camera, as you're about to see in this next clip. Reddit user Runs with Scissors believes their brother-in-law's home may be haunted by a ghost. For the past few months, their brother-in-law has been hearing some creepy noises coming from outside the house, almost like someone or something is walking around the property. However, whenever anyone went outside, there was nothing there. The noises continue, increasing in severity over time, until eventually it starts to sound like whatever is out there walks onto the porch. Once again, after checking outside, no one can find anything out of the ordinary. Curious, the OP's brother-in-law decides to install a security camera outside their home, pointing at the porch. Late one night, the noises start up again, and the security camera catches this. The front gate suddenly opens all on its own. Then, seconds later, a swinging porch chair begins to rock back and forth as if someone we can't see is sitting on it. When the OP's brother-in-law saw the footage, he became convinced that something paranormal had taken place. With nothing else to explain the creepy noises he was hearing every night, he started to believe that his home was haunted by a ghost. When the OP uploaded the footage to Reddit, commenters were pretty skeptical. Some argued that the wind could have caused the gate to blow open and the swinging chair to move, but the OP explains that this explanation seems unlikely because the gate was latched. Not only that, but by paying close attention to the footage, we can see that nothing else seems to be moving. So, the OP thinks that what caused the mysterious movement couldn't have been the wind, and that it must have been a ghost. But what do you think? Let me know down below. Dacia Solis recently installed security cameras around her house after she noticed objects going missing. At first, Dacia thought that her young daughter must have been hiding things, but when she asked, her daughter insisted she had never taken anything. Dacia wasn't sure what to believe until one night, the camera in Dash's living room captured something creepy. Dacia and her daughter were in her bedroom. She had just tucked her daughter into bed when she suddenly got a notification on her phone telling her that camera had sensed movement in the living room. And the scariest thing was, no one else was in the house. Heart racing, Dacia opens the app and sees this. What looks like a small child can be seen peeking out from behind the wall. If Dacia hadn't been in the same room as her daughter at the time, she might never have realised that something was wrong. Dacia now thinks that it wasn't her daughter who had been causing the mysterious disappearances of things around her home. It must have been whoever or whatever this is. However, Dacia doesn't think this is human. In fact, when she posted the clip to her social media, she called this creepy figure, quote, the ghost girl, suggesting she thinks something paranormal was at play. Many viewers think that Dacia's home may be haunted by a mimic, a kind of paranormal entity that mimics the behaviour of humans. Could it be that it's mimicking Dacia's daughter? If you thought that was creepy, wait until you see this next one. On the 17th of April 2026, a young woman from India suddenly went missing. The girl, aged just 18, had left her family home in the morning and was supposed to wait outside a local store for her father to pick her up around noon. But when her father arrived, she was nowhere to be found. He called her phone several times, but there was no answer. By nightfall, there was still no sign of her. It was like she had simply vanished without a trace. So the family reported her missing. During the police investigation, the detective handling the young woman's case asked local store owners to show him their CCTV footage. He hoped it might be able to give him some idea of her whereabouts, but he was floored by what he saw.
तिकडे बघितलं फक्त नाही
कॅश होते वाटतं बाबू ये भाऊ लवकर आहे लवकर आहे
बघ रे
In the CCTV footage, the young woman can be seen, apparently waiting for her father to pick her up. She waits for a few moments before she suddenly looks up and walks away with her arm outstretched. She walks off camera, never to be seen again. Since this was the last known footage of the young woman before she disappeared, the police department posted it online, asking for anyone who might know anything to come forward. So far, no one can explain why she acted the way she did in the recording. Many viewers think it looks as if she is led away by someone only she can see. This has led several people to speculate that this isn't just a missing persons case, but evidence of paranormal activity. But what do you think? Drop a comment and let me know. Old hospitals are often said to be incredibly haunted. Many believe the ghosts of patients who passed away continue to roam dark corridors and wander through empty rooms. The King's Daughters Hospital in Ashland, Kentucky is no exception. Chris Jesse, a man who works at the hospital, reports hearing disembodied voices and seeing shadow people, leading him to believe it's haunted. But until now, he's never caught anything on camera. However, one night, while working the late shift, Chris spots something creepy on the hospital's CCTV.
Oh shit, did you see that? I didn't get that.
What looks like a black shadow was captured by the CCTV camera, is visible for a second before it suddenly moves with incredible speed and vanishes from sight. Chris believes this could be one of the shadow people he has seen in the hospital, and that it could be the ghost of a patient who passed away in one of the nearby wards. Viewers tried to offer logical explanations for this strange footage. Some think the shadow could have been an insect on the camera lens, or perhaps some kind of camera glitch. But Chris is convinced that the CCTV camera captured evidence that the King's Daughters Hospital in Kentucky really is haunted by ghosts. Angela Whammy is a personal trainer from the United States. She usually doesn't post much on social media, and when she does, it has absolutely nothing to do with ghosts or the paranormal. However, Angela's home security camera recently recorded something that left her terrified that her home was haunted. She uploaded the footage to her social media account, explaining that it was captured while she was home alone with her baby. It was around 10 PM, and she suddenly received a notification from her security camera. It alerted her that someone had been detected outside. At first, she thought it was her husband coming home from a late shift at work, but when he didn't show up, Angela decided to check the camera app to find out what was going on, and what she saw sent a chill down her spine. Angela thinks that what her security camera captured is the ghost of a girl standing inside her house. She appears to be looking through the sliding doors, and then she fades away, disappearing into the darkness. When she posted the clip to social media, viewers began to speculate. Some agreed with Angela that this looks like the ghost of a girl standing on the other side of the glass door. Others argued that there was nothing there, and that this was a simple case of pareidolia. However, Angela would go on to record an update that would make the clip seem even creepier.
So this is the area, the door that it was like standing inside. We don't have anything or keep anything in this area because it's a walkway and it would be really awkward. And then this is where the security camera is. So when I looked at the footage, I expected to see a person. I didn't expect to see that though.
Angela attempts to recreate the footage captured by her security camera. However, she demonstrates that on camera, she is barely visible when she closes the sliding glass door. If someone was standing at the door, looking outside, the camera probably wouldn't have sensed them at all, which suggests that whatever was recorded by the security camera wasn't human. Angela believes that a ghost was caught on camera that night, but what the ghost wants and why it was in Angela's home is a mystery. A woman in the Philippines claims to have caught paranormal activity on camera. The woman was walking down a busy street in Matanao. Everything seemed normal until she spotted something up ahead that she couldn't explain. She saw a man crossing a bridge, but there was something following behind him. The woman almost couldn't believe her eyes, so she grabbed her phone and started recording. If you look closely, a dark shadow can be seen following behind the man. The man doesn't seem to notice that anything is wrong, and neither does anyone else nearby. This led the woman to believe that she had captured something paranormal on camera, something that only she could see. Fearing she might be seeing things, she shared the footage to social media, but her followers saw it too. Many of them think that she captured the Grim Reaper on camera, and that it was following the man because he was going to pass away soon. But what do you think this is? Is it paranormal, as the woman and her viewers claim? Let me know. In 2017, the old Royal Adelaide in South Australia closed its doors. It had been built in 1840, and despite its 177-year run, it was badly in need of modernisation. So, a new site was chosen for the construction of a new hospital, and the old one was signed off for demolition. During those 177 years that the hospital was open, many people reported that it was haunted. The Royal Adelaide was especially famous for the legend of the Grey Nurse, an old hospital matron who is said to have walked through the halls only to disappear before anyone could catch up to her. When the hospital began to be demolished, most people thought that the legends of ghosts and hauntings would come to an end, but a group of demolition workers were inside the hospital when they saw something that left them spooked.
And there's no behind there, right?
I'm staring there the whole
Yep, kid. It's got to be some reason for it, eh? What are all these fucking moths?
There's no one walking past that door that fucking much.
Yeah, let's see. No, it's there again, dude. I'm filming it, eh? The You alright, mate? That's the last time I was standing here by myself. Wouldn't you just freak, eh?
Yeah, dude, that's fucking.
I thought it was like someone joking around.
Oh!
Can you explain that? There's no one behind there. What the f? Doesn't make any sense, man. And look at all this like in the air.
Why were you here for so long and one thing happened as well?
Looks like I see an arm going across those.
On the other side of the door is an empty operating theatre. The demolition workers checked it several times to confirm no one was inside, but mysterious shadows can be seen moving through a thin strip of glass. It looks as if someone or something is just on the other side of the door, perhaps watching the demolition workers. However, the workers swear there was absolutely no one in the operating theatre. Some viewers have speculated that the workers inadvertently disturbed a ghost, maybe even the famous Grey Nurse, during the demolition, and it grew anxious when it began to understand what was happening. Viewers have questioned, when the old hospital has been completely torn down, what will happen to the ghosts that supposedly haunt it? Will they finally move on, or will they be forced to look for somewhere new to inhabit? Michael is a gaming streamer from Florida. He generally uses his social media accounts to post clips from his streams, and he has never posted anything paranormal until one night he and his parents experienced something that just didn't make sense. According to Michael's parents, they had been woken several times by something tapping on their window in the early hours of the morning. They didn't know what to make of it at first, but since they had a home security camera installed, they decided to check the footage, and what they saw made them immediately call Michael for help.
Alright, look, it's starting now. The security light turns on. It picks up
La vida, papá.
And then it walks back. It's at the corner of the house. You see him walking? It's like a short guy.
Era un fuego chiquitico.
And then you see the trees move. Y los árboles se movió.
Ajá. Y camina, es una persona, no es una persona chiquitica, muy chiquitica.
Camera picks up what looks like a see-through figure moving around the property just before 4:30 in the morning. Michael claims that the fence around his yard is much taller than any human and bordered by thick trees and bushes, so he and his parents are incredibly doubtful that anyone could have gotten onto their property in the middle of the night, but Michael claims there was definitely something there. The motion detecting light even switches on just as the figure comes into view, suggesting that it sensed something large enough to trigger it. Michael thinks that the figure looks like a person, but he can't explain why they appear see-through, and he definitely can't explain why and how anyone could have been in his backyard at 4:30 AM. His parents are convinced that whatever this is what has been tapping on their window and waking them up. So, could Michael's security camera have picked up a ghost on the property? Or could there be a more logical explanation for this scary video footage? I'll let you decide. If you thought ghosts caught by security cameras, haunted hotels and shadow people weren't scary enough, check out the videos on your screen now.